Okay, so we are live. First of all, it's been a long time since I've done a video. I'm still around. I'm still continuing my work with Free Energy and my company. But the point I want to bring to today briefly is that we are being poisoned here in Airway Heights, Washington. And it's just now making the media, which means the media only gets involved when people are getting sick. And people are getting sick around here. I've seen this firsthand. Given my research, apparently there are two types of acids which are in this contaminated well water, which appears to be widespread throughout Airway Heights, and I suspect throughout the entire state of Washington. It would seem that the entire state is being poisoned via the water, via the radiation from Hanford, which is also making headlines recently in the media, which means it's getting undeniable and uncontrollable now. So please use the hashtag Airway Heights Water, and please share it, get the word out. I suspect that the military has known about this for a very long time. And again, the media only gets involved when people are getting sick, and there is an undeniable risk. Myself, I've been avoiding the water. And to everyone that looked at me like I'm crazy when I told them not to drink the tap water around here, what do you have to say now that your mainstream media has spoken? Do you still think that I'm just lying and that it's just a conspiracy theory? No, it's not. Flint, Michigan was another example of this. So, basically, the only people that are going to hold anyone accountable for this are the people that are affected by it. And honestly, I feel that anyone locally here in Airway Heights, we should organize. We should get together and perhaps organize some type of effort to conduct an independent investigation into this, rather than just letting the military, letting the state handle it. Because as we can see, they're not doing a very good job. And they're not being transparent with us either. So my advice to anyone living in Airway Heights right now, or in the greater whole of Washington for that matter, Washington State, avoid the water. It's not safe. They tell us that we shouldn't cook with it and that we shouldn't drink it. However, how safe is it really to bathe with it then? How safe is it to brush our teeth with this water? And this is a slow kill, everyone. This is not instant. This is a long-term thing. Over the course of many years, which I'm sure this water has been contaminated, this new alert didn't just come up today. It's just become undeniable. And we live in an area here, I feel, that has long been prone to people who get leukemia, people who are sickened by what is going on around here. And in fact, my mother just told me a story. A gentleman to the north here wanted to sell his land, but he received a letter from Fairchild Air Force Base, which is a military installation here, just outside of Airway, saying that he cannot sell his land because the well is contaminated. So isn't that illegal? Shouldn't there be some kind of lawsuit filed there? Shouldn't there be some type of civilian investigation into what's going on here? I honestly think there should be, obviously. It just seems like common sense to me. But the people, they don't care. They go on about their lives. There's no risk unless the television tells them there's a risk, which it's doing now. And how many of you have been sick lately? How many of you locally have felt sick recently? Have you been drinking the water? So I had hoped it would not come to this, but I knew it was inevitable. And again, everybody who researches anything in the world of conspiracy comes to the same conclusions, and that's no coincidence. It all leads to the same truth, which apparently is different for everybody. But the truth of the matter here in Airway Heights, Washington today is that they're telling us not to drink the water and not to cook with the water. But they're not telling us not to bathe in the water or not to brush our teeth with the water. They're going to leave you to fend for yourselves. And that's why you need to educate yourselves. So ultimately, that's all I have to say, everyone, is that it's a sad day when locally we're being poisoned here. And I still am searching drastically to create some type of effort to begin an investigation into this. An investigation that's not tied to law enforcement, that's not tied to the feds, that's not tied to the military. I'm talking about the people who are sickened by this and their families need to conduct an investigation into this. So again, the hashtag is Arrowhead Heights Water. And I will probably be speaking again on this because I'm feeling some passion about this. This has gone too far. Something needs to be done. Someone needs to be held accountable. And if I have to start an effort to do it myself, then I will. So stay tuned, everyone. Thank you for watching. And just know that I feel the situation is much more dire than they are revealing to us.